This is a rare treat. This is basically my generation, Fast and the Furious generation. 2001, 2002 Celica GT. 1.8 liter 2ZZ. It's the high horse version. Basically, this is the B series fighter of Toyota back in the 2000s. It's a B plate, so we know it's converted, but in fairness, this is one of the better conversions that I've seen. There we go. Bone stock. 2ZZ. So if we're gonna do an air filter, it's gonna come out here and most likely curve here a bit. We're gonna do the air filter headers. We're gonna do down there. Since no point in showing it because you can't see it anyway. Yeah.
It's not good as long as it performs.
Yeah, as long as it performs. A lot of people actually mistake this. Ooh, nice headers. You'd be surprised, dude. Then we'll do a Unichip on this one because that's pretty much the only thing that can tune this. Nothing else. Yeah, nothing else. Okay, so step one, we put it on a dyno and see why it's jerking. My guess is the air-fuel ratio is somewhat wrong and off. By the way, what fuel are you putting in here?
95.
No, has to be higher.
97.
97, 98, or even Blaze 100. That might be why it's jerking.
No, man. When I got this, they paid someone else.
It was right. Maybe they came with 98 because these things are high compression. They should have 97, 98 to perform better. That might be the other thing too. If we tune it and then we run into detonation mid-tune, we might require to drain your gas tank.
All right.
And fill it up with 97 or 100 octane. So those are the things that I'm just telling you from what we know and what I can see. Yeah. Very, very lean. Fuel? No fuel. Not enough fuel. Here. I'm guessing you don't remember nothing back in high school chemistry, huh?
No,
Man, okay. This line here is basically what stoichiometric ratio is, meaning that this is the ideal ratio where all fuel and air combust and burns and becomes energy.
Okay.
That is only under laboratory conditions. That should not happen. And then the ideal air ratio should be actually the lower the number, the better.
Okay.
But yours is really high. So this means either one. There's too much air, not enough fuel.
Okay.
Or the air is correct, something's wrong with the fuel injectors and the fuel pump.
Oh, so we're gonna have to replace that.
We don't know yet, but this is what I know now. There's not enough fuel, that's why it shakes at high RPM. So we have to fix this sucker first. Fuel filter, when's the last time you changed? No idea.
I have no fucking
Injectors, when's the last time you have it cleaned? No fucking idea too. No fucking idea. Okay. Basically everything is no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So fix this first before we do anything.
Alright.
So I already have my suspicions on what it is.
Okay. How much is that gonna
Not as much as what you paid now, don't worry, minimal. Already. not enough fuel even at idle. So have to tune to bring out the full exhaust sound, because as it sounds like that, mamamatay-matay. But it does have a nice deep rumble to it pag nag-rev. Yes, Fast and the Furious. It's now very furious. Well, not quite. We started at 140 horses on this Celica, and now we're at 181. That's 40 horses more. And that's at the peak RPM of 7,500. This is basically Toyota's answer to the B series, high revving 1.8 engine. And this is what we did. We have the K&N filter here. So we did a short ram intake because this is the only possible configuration on this thing. You cannot cold air it. There's nowhere for it to go. The Unichip is here because this is the computer box of the car. It's in there by the battery. So we're using a Unichip Q on this thing because number one, it has a cable throttle. There's nothing for the Q4 to control. Still an old school cable throttle that basically is a 1:1. You also did a full exhaust on this. We have a 4-1 header. Then, interestingly enough, the stock configuration of this car is also a 4-1 header with a 3-inch pipe that goes into a high flow cat and then goes down to 2.5 all the way to the back. So we basically follow that configuration. Bigger 4-1 header, bigger tube 4-1 header, 3-inch collector, flexible pipe, and then 2.5-inch piping all the way to the back that terminates in a Borla Pro XS muffler, and the kid wanted an Acropovic carbon fiber tip, which is what he got. And here's our dyno chart afterwards. So this is our baseline power. The red one here is baseline. Green and blue here are actually with the intake and exhaust. As you can see, it got absolutely nothing, zero, because stock air-fuel ratio is already lean. We have no idea why it's this lean on this car. It's 19. It's absurdly lean. But the funny part is, we don't hear any detonation from the engine whatsoever. None. No tope, no krrk, nothing. So giving it a higher flow intake and a higher flow exhaust, of course, will make it even more lean. And this is what we see on these two lights. See, it got even more lean all the way there. So we already know from the start that we will need to be able to correct the air-fuel ratio with the Unichip, and this is what we ended up with. Pretty much down here at the low RPM, 14s, then drops down to about 12, 12.5. Towards the red line. This is pretty much what we see also when we tune B series engines. It has to be around 12 to 12.5 high RPM and up. And the result is what we got. We were at 140 before and we are at 181 now. But the biggest gains are actually from a little prettier. This part here, when it hits VTEC, well, Toyota's version of VTEC, we were from 75 to 140. That's almost double the power right there at, yun lang, 6,300 RPM. But torque everywhere is gained also. So from here, we're looking at around 105 to 150, and the dip here that we see on stock is pretty much gone already. This is the VTEC point of Toyota. Nothing we can do, it's really like that. So VTEC kicked in, yo. Biggest maximum torque gain we have is on this area. It's also at 5,000 RPM. So that's from 105 to 165 Newton meters right then and there. So definitely far.
Saan tayo? Diretso.
Sige, sir.
O parang ba't yun?
Gusto na rin, sir. Kaliwa ulit. Diyan. Kapag dyan.
May mga bata ba dito?
Wala naman, sir. Yan.
Oh, very nice. This is good. Good job. Oh fuck. Oh shit.
Lalim.
I don't wanna go there. Hell no.
Kaya pa na yun dito.
That's fucked up. Takina bigla natin tinuloy no? Para tayo taka nun. Oh! Oh shit.
Anong ano naman, sir? Anong masasabi niyo, sir?
Tangina ang galing. Man, fuck. This is nice. Nabuhay siya eh. Nabuhay talaga. Tangina.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talaga.
Nabuhay siya. Ang galing. Ibang klase. Tangina. Madami pa akong dadalhin dito. yung BM na yan, for sure, pag nakita ni boss yung itong performance ito ngayon, yung BM na dala ko, tangina, ang bilis na yan. He's gonna fucking have it service sa SpeedLab. I don't know what you guys are gonna do, but fuck. That ride's gonna be a fucking rock. Man, that is nice. Fuck! My son's gonna love this. Good job.
Sir.